What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. And I can't believe I have to do this video. I mean, as bad as this game has been, do I really have to reiterate my points? Because so many people want to not even defend the game, but just show me the state our community is in with such a poor product. Let me give you an analogy. I don't often do that, but let's say you go to EA's restaurant, okay? And Chef Clint is back there manning the grill, and you ask for a steak well done. You're a psycho. So Chef Clint doesn't know how to cook a steak well. So he gives it to you rare. You cut into your steak, and there's just, a mess. Do you look at the waiter and say, excuse me, Sean, I was going over the menu with these God of War appetizers, and when I saw the steak bites, I asked for this to be done well, but I got it raw. Can you just put this in a box? Because I can cook it at home and fix this, and I'll just leave. Right? No one would do that. But when you look at this, some of you come to that conclusion. When you look at this, you say, oh, there's no left ends. Well, I'll just make a right end a left end. I realize this game has been so bad for so long that as a gamer, you automatically have to think about workarounds, right? This is a game that is literally built on house rules. There are people that play online and have rules to get around how poor this game is. Like there's certain plays you can't use a play more than once. I mean, think about all the things we have to do as gamers just to overcome the shortcomings of this product. So when EA is in total control of what they're showing us, right? We have the right to look at something and say, you know what, this isn't correct. I don't want to be justified as there's no left ends because there are no left ends in the draft. I don't want to have to sit here and say, well, this is a mock draft, so it's okay that we're looking at players that we may not need. Because that, again, is another issue this game has. Everyone has the same exact experience. Whether you're going from game to game, or you've won every game or lost every game, everyone looks at the same bland, meaningless information. So let me explain to some of you how this should be handled. If you don't have proper depth, if you don't have good players, it does not matter if Victor Robinson has moved up 12 spots. We don't even know where the draft pick this team has is. So the fact that you're showing us the top 5 picks, whether it's projected or not, is meaningless. What you need to do instead is have this off to the side. Right? Here's the top 5, here's the top 10 picks. But here's what's important to your team. Here's the left ends you need to focus on. Here's the middle linebackers you need to focus on. Here's the right side linebackers you need to focus on. Because we're told this game can build whether you go and experience this or not. So we need to see it functioning and working not only for those that want to take advantage of this new scouting feature, but for those that aren't. We want to see that this is going to work for us across the board and not bombard us with useless information. Now, if you go back and listen to the video and not sit there and think to yourself, well, true, there's a problem, but let me think of all these excuses for EA. I actually said it's extremely realistic that the Raiders would pick a wide receiver overall number 2. That's something the Raiders have been known to do. Now, some of you went on and said, well, why would the Bengals need a quarterback if they have Burrow now? To which I said, we don't really know what year this draft is. This could be 2040. But the reality is, this is an incomplete image. When they talk about a work in progress, go back and listen to their own words. Guys, the game is done. If you're telling me that in a 2-year span, they can't figure out how to have the computer build a team, it doesn't matter what we look at in our franchise mode. Because in 6 years, half the teams in the league are going to be built so lopsided that when you go to play them, you're not going to have an enjoyable experience. And all of that starts right here. All of that starts right here. A team that has 3 good quarterbacks and no good receivers. You get to that point by starting at this one. And the fact that seemingly they're so unaware that these issues persist in the game, that number one, they don't seem to be intent on fixing them. They'll just show them in their promotional marketing. You understand that they could show us anything that they wanted. They could create screens that aren't even in the game. They could make it look like it was absolutely flawless and then sell you whatever they wanted. But instead, we get this. Understand, this is a recommitment to franchise mode, right? This is their response to Fix Madden Franchise. And what they're showing you is team building that still doesn't work, a draft board that shows a right end with a questionable size moving up 12 spots in a mock draft, and 2 quarterbacks that inverse each other. Nothing personalized to your team. If you feel like this experience here is going to change everything, if you feel like having a new hub, but the same tired, repetitive, and poor gameplay is going to be the savior, then all you're saying is, you know, EA, when you change the scoreboard at the top to different colors, then I really do feel like I'm playing a different game. When you make the screen lighter or darker each year to make it seem like the images are different, I really feel like I am playing a different game. And when you rearrange the same broken data on different screens and then show it to me, well, I'll sit there and I'll say, you know, maybe it's because the game isn't broken. But deep down, we know it is. Guys, take what they give you, analyze the information, and ask yourself, is this really fixed? And if it's not, be honest with yourself and them and say, listen, we demanded better and we're still not getting it. Because if you can't put out good content in a picture, you're never going to put it out in a game. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out, and you know I will be back in the week with more commentary.